Welcome back to episode 4 of Emerging Technologies Bite Me podcast. And today we're going to be in a little bit different. No. In today's episode, we're going to talk about augmented reality and virtual reality. I have here Miss Lovely Zacharias to talk about this stuff.
Hello, everyone. So, first, I would like to thank Lau for having me here and Bite Me podcast. I am able to, or I am going to share my knowledge or thoughts on regards with augmented reality and virtual reality. So, I think we should start.
So lovely. Let's start with the basics.
So yeah, for your question, since we're going to talk about augmented reality and virtual reality, let's define them first. For augmented reality, it overlays digital information, images, including images, sounds, or other data onto the real world. To think of, you can think of a game which is Pokemon Go, which is a trend last 2016 where digital characters pop up in your neighborhood on a public places just like that, while on the other hand a virtual reality immerses you completely in a digital environment where you put on a headset and suddenly you're not in your room anymore. You're on a roller coaster in a battlefield or walking through a museum. But both technologies fall under the umbrella of extended reality or XR, and they serve different purposes. While they serve different purposes, they're both transforming industries in a powerful ways.
So, where do you see AR and VR in actions today?
Yes, well, in this generation, let's first talk about education. So imagine opening a textbook or through your phone or tablet, seeing a 3D model of the solar system rotating in front of you. And apps like Google Expeditions let students explore ancient Rome or even dive into the human bloodstream using AR or augmented reality. But on the other side, VR platforms like Class VR allow students to virtually walk on the surface of Mars or explore the Great Wall of China. And take note, no passport needed. So it's really virtual reality is really wide. It let us explore things on just our own room. So in one place, but you can see or you feel like you are in that place specifically. That's what virtual reality um, allows us to do on our end. And second, well, in entertainment, we're done with education. Let's go on to entertainment. VR is huge, as I've mentioned. It's really wide. Think of games like Among Us VR and The Walking Dead, because you're not just playing. You're also inside the game. For in virtual reality, you're inside the game, you're not just playing it. But for AR or augmented reality, games like Pokemon Go blend the digital and real world, letting you catch Pokemon characters in your living room or at the park, public places in general. Well, even concerts, I can say, now they use AR filters and effects that react in real time, making live shows or concerts more interactive. Okay. We can also add here the healthcare, about the healthcare. Well, VR helps train medical students using lifelike surgery simulations. No real patient needed, so there's no risk or less risk since we're going to use a virtual reality wherein doctors can practice their skills in the virtual manner. I mean, in the virtual reality manner. One example is also VR, a platform used to practice orthopedic procedures. Meanwhile, in AR, can project patients' internal anatomy on their body during surgery using headsets like the Microsoft HoloLens, helping surgeons be more precise. So also, yeah, um, both of them, virtual and augmented reality, helps or adds up adds up more help to our healthcare when it comes to healthcare. And in retail as well, in retail or more like shopping, ER is changing how we shop. The IKEA Place app is one of the example. Lets you see how a sofa fits in your actual living room using just your phone's camera. So in IKEA Place app, they allow you to like see or be able to visualize the size of an item or a furniture that you wanted to buy into your place or into your home. While in virtual, there's a Sephora's virtual artist that helps you test as well makeup on your face before buying it. It's like having a fitting room or vanity mirror right on your phone. So in retail, as I mentioned, it also helps us more easier for us than in reality. And I think this will be the last for my examples we're in workplace as well. VR is used to simulate high task or high risk scenarios. For example, airline pilots train using VR flight simulators. Car manufacturers like BMW and Ford use VR to train factory workers on assembly tasks before they ever step into the plant. The military as well as one of the example, it uses VR for battlefield simulations, while AR helmets can give soldiers live data like maps or enemies' positions right in front of their eyes. So yes, in workplace, more on like in high risk scenarios, virtual reality or augmented reality is more needed. Well, in a day-to-day basis, we can also use them. Uh, one part of them.